looks like remains. It could be a weird rock formation. We haven't had a diver actually double check.
We found blanket or tarp, a weird gray box.
Technically we found somebody's human remains. We got the magnet hooked onto the barrel.
Alright, you should be there.
That's it.
Holy sh**, look at that. Wow.
You might call them scuba sleuths.
Their new hobby went from cleaning up waterways to solving mysteries. And what a great public service.
Jeremy Sides and Adam Brown travel the country searching for closure in cold cases.
Amazing. The gift of closure to grieving families is absolutely priceless.
Today we traveled to Kingsport, Tennessee to meet up with a local search team and assist them in following up on a possible clue of the missing persons case of Summer Wells.
Today marks a sad milestone in an East Tennessee missing child investigation that has captured national attention. Summer Wells has been missing for 1,000 days. The 5-year-old disappeared from her rural Hawkins County home in June of 2021. The little girl liked Paw Patrol and was preparing to start kindergarten. If alive, she is now 8 years old. And here's the TVI's latest age progression image of what she could look like today. Summer's mother says the little girl was last seen inside her family's Beach Creek home. The TVI calls the search for Summer one of the most exhaustive and involved missing child case it's ever investigated, and promised not to stop searching for Summer until it finds answers.
Today we traveled to Kingsport, Tennessee to follow up on a lead that Ryan here from the channel Ryan Finds Truth located a potential anomaly using your underwater camera. And this picture is pretty shocking because it appears to be a human body underwater, under this cliff we're standing at here. And if you guys don't know, Kingsport is not the best. There's a lot of crime in this town, but there's also at least 14 missing people. And we've done stories before on Summer Wells, which is a missing 5-year-old girl from 3 years ago. Actually, a week ago is the 3-year-old anniversary of her disappearance. And Ryan reached out to us and he showed us this picture, which is pretty shocking.
Yeah, it started out as just, I thought it was just an underwater sheet with rocks on it. And then eventually we started, looking at the footage, and it was just, it looks like remains.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that it could be a weird rock formation, but we haven't had a diver actually double check until we reached out to you guys. And I don't know, we are so grateful you guys would come out, check this out, scan the bottom, and at least put it to rest one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can bring answers at least to this. Find out what this is. I mean, maybe it's a rock, but I'll show. Viewer discretion advised. This is a blurred image. I'm just going to draw an outline of kind of what we think. So I wanted to do a viewer discretion advised warning. I decided not to blur the footage because Ryan showed this clip on his channel, and after diving on it later in this video, we do not believe it to be remains, just a very suspicious object. But here is the clip and here is the screenshot. You guys let me know what you think. It looks strange, but we didn't find anything actual remains, so I decided to show it to y'all, and it's definitely a mystery. You guys be the judge, but we're gonna go down there for sure and find answers to see if this is a missing person. I think there's a good chance because this area, this water, is the deepest area. This is a really, it's a good spot. You could easily hide and do something, illegal, criminal activity under this bridge. So we're gonna get out here and work with Ryan today. Definitely go check out his channel. I'll have it linked in the description. You cover a lot of missing people videos on your channel and cases, which is really amazing. We're all trying to work together as a community and locate as many people as we can, and it takes an effort. So we're out here going to suit up and dive and hopefully find some answers today. A couple years ago, me and my wife got into an accident up in the mountains, and we did not have any injury law firm to fight for us, to help us get money for the injuries. My back was hurting bad, and I still have issues to this day. And if I just did a little bit more research, I would have known to choose a good law firm like Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys in all 50 states. They are more than just a traditional law firm. They're a compassionate group of people with a promise of being for the people. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. And Morgan & Morgan, they don't settle for just the lowball offers. Morgan & Morgan has seen verdicts of $12 million in Florida, $26 million in Philadelphia, and even $6.8 million in New York, far exceeding the highest insurance offers. With Morgan & Morgan, the fee is absolutely free unless you win. Insurance companies will often lowball clients' claims. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you the money that you deserve. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They've won a lot. It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case, and fighting big companies requires a big law firm. And as America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan is ready to fight companies of any size. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process. You can submit a claim and talk to your legal team all from your smartphone. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm with just a click? It is so easy. You can go to forthepeople.com/AdamBrown and check out the link in the description today.
I don't know. I feel like anybody that is going to be able to find it is going to have to do better. The cops pretty much went started halfway under and swam this way. They didn't even look at the other side. And they only swam back and forth. And when I was watching them, I'm like, if they could just go to the bottom, kind of like what you described, and slowly and carefully just examine the bottom. Because you saw how it was laid. It was right up against the side. It was like just right at the bottom sitting there. But
I stared at it forever, and at first I was like, well, maybe I see a bow, you know, because I wasn't looking deep into the picture. And then I sent it to him, and he was looking really close, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, once you see it.
And then he pointed to me.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, that doesn't look like a bone. But then I saw like the shape of the body and like what appears to be a body. I mean, everything, the curves, it's a little more curvy than a rock around it.
Yeah.
And you can't really unsee it once you see that picture.
Yeah, after that, you're like, oh. And I sent it to my wife, and she immediately, she's like, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, for me it was, and the skull that you can see almost looks like there's marine growth around the head or whatever, if that's what it is.
Yeah.
If it's a rock formation, it is the strangest rock formation I've ever seen.
That's what I was thinking too.
But I think it's embedded. I think it's really hard to spot unless you're really right on top of it.
And there is that tarp or blanket or something nearby, which adds to the suspicion.
Yeah. So somebody said they saw someone, or they saw somebody from the family.
So before, what brought me here was we started on the Summer Wells case. So we get locals calling us and sending us stuff, and this one was just a local that said, hey, about a year after, because they believed the body was moved, Summer's body was moved. They said they saw, I don't want to say her name, it was a woman, person of interest in the case. They saw her walking out from under the bridge. Nothing, just no fishing pole or anything, which is suspicious. Doesn't mean a whole lot. She could have gone down there to smoke, but I'm like, well, we need search locations. That's suspicious. I brought my kayak down, started down the river, went along the shore. I was kind of searching that way, but I'm like, you know, I see you guys always focusing under bridges usually. That's where you kind of start, because that's where people typically dump things. So I came here, put my camera away in, and I just let myself slowly drift back and forth, and then I had to go home to see it, because I can't see live with the GoPro. So I watched it at home, and once that thing came into view, it was like I saw the sheet. I'm like, what the hell is, I've never seen anything like that. Underwater, I saw the shells, I saw all kinds of weird crap the whole day I was filming, and then all of a sudden this thing I've never seen before, the sheet. And then I didn't even know, I didn't see the rest of it until later. I just saw a sheet with rocks on top. To me, that's suspicious enough to call the cops. If there's a tied up sheet with rocks on top. So that's why I called them. And I didn't see the rest until later, till we were actually looking closer at the footage.
I mean, this is like the deeper area as far as water goes around it. So it makes sense if you're gonna hide something. You know, the other spot, like closer to Summer, I noticed is really shallow shoals. Like, if you put something in there, you can see it from the stand. I mean, it's not, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how it vertically, down. So the bottom was 15 feet at that point? I was wondering how deep it actually was under there.
So is it to the right over here or more in front of the stump?
See where we are now. So it's going to be along the shore from the edge of the bridge. And you have to scan all around. I think it's right around that area.
Right here.
But I don't want to say because, you know, it could be a little to the left, right over there. You never know.
Yeah.
I was guessing where I put the camera in, where I was, and it could be off by 5 or 6 feet. So, what do you want?
We'll check it out. Yeah. Let me put the anchor in.
Technically,
I'm usually not the camera person.
yeah, I mean,
the left side of the stump, the over.
Your logic made sense. I mean, where they could just slide it down. That spot right there, is a strong potential right there.
I mean, if they was mean about it, you know, they would just
toss it and
roll it down. If there was a personal connection, you would think like maybe they walked it all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I really gotta wash this thing.
Oh, the water temperature shouldn't be too bad.
Before we get into the dive, I wanted to go over a few details that I originally missed, and there's just so much that goes on in this case for Summer. So many different stories and theories about her disappearance, but wanted to clarify right now, we are in the water. We are searching for a blanket, also remains, also anything that stands out to us, like a barrel. I also discovered this video of Summer dancing around a barrel in her yard in the rain, and there are a lot of different theories on this kind of video. There's a lot of things about her parents, but I'm not going to go into all that. There were so many different theories and news stories out there. But I also wanted to bring the attention to two other missing girls in the Kingsport area, Layla Santinello and also 19-year-old Holland Snap.
21-year-old Layla Santinello went missing in Kingsport on June 27, 2023. 4 months later, 19-year-old Holland Snap disappeared in the same area. Since then, their families have been searching for answers.
So I wanted to bring attention to those two cases as well, since we are really looking for any clues, any signs of remains, any answers. So we're going to do our best to search everything we can. Let's get in the water and see what we can find.
I'm thinking, I don't know, since we're on this ledge right here, have you looked over there yet?
Just right here.
The body came off right here, you think it'd be laying on this rock. So I mean, we can clear this and then just go that way.
I mean, it drops down a lot right here.
Yeah, that's what I figured, it'd go straight down.
You don't want to go straight down first?
I mean, yeah, you saw when it was deep, it wasn't right here. It was pretty deep. Yeah, okay.
We'll just slowly go straight down.
Alright, I'll just follow you, beside you, and then we just start going that way.
Okay.
Just try not to. It doesn't seem like it's straight on the rocks. It's all mossy, it's all dirty.
Not bad.
Alright, I'll follow you.
Before we get into the dive, I wanted to add in some other details that I didn't originally have in this video. There is so much that goes on with this case. It has been publicized a lot. There's so many different theories about Summer Wells' parents. There's even this suspicious video of Summer dancing around their yard, and you can see this red barrel in the yard, which is another thing a lot of people have theories about. I'm not even going to go into right now. You guys can definitely do some more research, but we do end up searching and finding a barrel later at the next location. So stay tuned. So keep watching for that. So I did find that interesting. But I also wanted to mention that there are two other girls in the Kingsport area that are missing. Layla Layla Santinello, who's 21, missing on June 27, 2023, and 19-year-old Holland Snap also disappeared in the same area. So those are other missing girls that we are also keeping in mind, I wanted to mention. But there's so many theories, so many videos about Summer, which was the main focus, and then once we got here, we started looking into these other cases. But definitely wanted to mention this as well. There's so much going in this area. But let's get in the dive and see what we can find.
see anything else yet. We're going to keep searching. Down from where I saw that blanket. It may have been a different blanket, but it's very steep right there. I'm just looking down the hill from that. But I don't really see anything else that's standing out. There's human remains.
Blanket. There are a lot of boat anchors down here. Over.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know what that is. I don't know the battery, but I don't know. It might be somebody's ashes in there.
Oh.
It's somebody's remains.
What? Are you kidding?
Cremation.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a bag with like remains probably. Wow.
Yeah, it's got his name in there. It says cremation.
Wow.
I found somebody's remains.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
Like a herd? Makeshift herd?
No, that's what they give you at the place.
Oh shoot.
They didn't
Name
even.
in there and everything.
They didn't even scatter the ashes. They just threw the whole
Yeah, they
box.
just threw the box in.
Gosh.
Technically, you guys found remains.
Technically.
You know, we've seen
Got
this.
his social and everything on there.
Yeah, we've seen this before where maybe it's just hard for people to actually like open the bag and then just throw it in.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So technically we found somebody's human remains. It's just not the remains we were looking
How would you
for.
find that?
It was pretty deep. That
You were way over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So
That is crazy.
Well, I brought that blanket up just to make sure.
that was the one. Is that the one?
That's the one that was. Yeah.
Yep.
It's in the picture.
All right, we just got done with the dive. About an hour dive. Only burned about half my tank though.
Yeah. I think we found the spot.
Yeah.
I brought up the blanket. I mean, it's covered in stains, so you never know.
So that's a shirt or that's the blanket.
that's the blanket. I found the shirt.
There's a shirt over there. And my GoPro died before I found it. You might have seen it for a clip, but I found somebody's ashes. You gonna get in here first?
I was thinking about it.
Now, this is not the first time we found ashes, but that is somebody's remains. I'm gonna blur his information.
Oh, definitely see.
But his name, Alexander, that's all I'm gonna say. Somebody's remains. And we'll put those back in the water, but it's just kind of weird when you see them still in the box because you're supposed to scatter them. I mean, luckily it's still plastic. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised But at the same time, it's always crazy to find them. I think the first time we found remains like that.
Yeah.
First time we found it fresh from the crematorium. I've never seen it like that.
It's got all his information on there, though.
Poor guy.
It looks like 2023 is the date. I think it said on there.
Yes.
It's not very old.
He was born in 1950 something.
Oh, 1950?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, I'm so old.
So so you think that's the shirt down there?
That
It's kind of in a
looked
pile
like
that
the
you saw
shirt.
in your video?
Yeah, yeah, with the frills on the bottom. I'm pretty sure you guys found this spot and you found everything we saw.
I mean, there's a lot of curvy kind of rocks in certain places.
Yeah, these weird eroded rocks are just
Yeah.
looks weird.
And I wasn't expecting to see that because, you know, you don't see them up here, but then you go down and they're kind of wavy and there's lines in them. And
there were shells everywhere, so that's what you might have saw in here.
there was a couple rocks that kind of looked like the legs, like two legs, sort of. I don't know if that was it. It's hard to, I mean...
You guys said light plays tricks on you, on the camera kind of sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, and if you had the camera down at, depending on the angle on a pole, you know, that's a lot of variables there, but I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, when I first swam up to, I think he was behind me, I saw the blanket and I saw the stick that I thought was the bone to begin with, the big one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, right next to that stick was where the body we was thinking was. And there's absolutely nothing laying there, just a cluster of rocks. So that's when I went deeper, just thinking, what are the chances she moved? And I didn't see anything.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. So I just kept going down. Yeah. It gets really deep and cold, but we scanned.
Yeah, I made it down to all those cinder blocks.
A lot of cinder blocks. A lot of trash here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a party spot. I found a fishing rod.
Yeah, I saw a fishing rod too.
I was kind of surprised I didn't find a gun.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
yeah, around here I would be surprised.
Well, I mean, I think I was right out there near the edge of where I found those ashes. I bet if I kept going, it was pretty muddy and silty, like kind of pushing a little bit. But I bet there's a lot more stuff.
Heading out there, I was like, where's he going?
Well, I wanted to go a little farther out. But we could go look at that other spot. Can we get there by here, from here?
Yeah, it's
right
not
up there.
far at all.
Maybe down to scan it. I mean, we could scan it and take a look.
That's
we're out
a
here.
spot that I wanted to go back to. So.
All right, so there may be a lot of different opinions about putting these ashes with the box and everything. We're gonna put it back in the river, just in a deeper spot that nobody will disturb it.
Yeah, we're at 50 feet now, so nobody's gonna
it's
find it
deeper.
down
I
here.
mean, I guess since they put it, the family put it in with the box, we're gonna put it back just in a better spot.
Yeah.
So.
All right. There it goes.
So long, Alex.
And the plan now is, so this other location is, there's a lot of rumors about this other spot that we're gonna go look at. It seems like more rumors at this spot we're going to than at where you were, where we just dove, right?
Yeah, it's near Grace Point Fellowship. It's near the cliffs near the dam. A lot of people have mentioned that area is easy to dump something off of. Nothing concrete there, but it is an easy place to access and dump something. So.
And I think, I mean, that's...
That was connected to this river?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Same river.
The easy access spots are the spots people are going to go to, you know, to do that. So we'll go over there and check that out. All right, we're over here at another location where there's a lot of theories where summer wells could potentially be. And we got the Fish drone. I'm gonna be putting down there. We're gonna get an image of what is going on, what it looks like. It's only 30 feet down.
And that's out here.
So it gets a little deeper. There's a hole over there. It's like 50 or 60. But let's send this down and see if we can get an image of what we're looking at.
All right, so I put my drone in the water, and for some reason I was having issues recording on my memory card, so I just had to screen record my phone. So it's not the best quality as normal, but I send the drone down, and you can see it's quite rocky, but the visibility is okay. You know, as soon as you stir up stuff, it starts getting silty and hard to see. But I keep going around a ways, and there is a pretty steep drop off. You can see it gets down to it's like 38 feet right here, but it does go deeper. And there is stuff out here. There's trash, logs. You know, there's a brick right there, which is kind of interesting. So there is man-made items. There is this parking lot way up on the hill, which is how people are throwing things off of there. And that's what the kind of the theory comes around, that she could be in some sort of barrel or object that has been tossed off the cliff. And this location is pretty close to the dam, which you'll see here once we dive down. So there definitely is a danger element. But the drone is a great tool for us just to get a heads up and take a look at what we're about to get into. Now that object right there, I have no idea what it is. It almost looks like the bottom to a scuba tank or part of like a boat roller or something. It's something strange. I can't identify it, but if y'all know, leave a comment. There is a fair amount of logs, and this one was very strange to me because it has a rope tied around it, tied to a giant rock right here. And I cannot really think of a good explanation for why someone would do this, besides someone had a tree on the hill and a loose rock and wanted, just for fun, to push the rock off and rip the tree out of the hill. But if you have any theories, let me know. But it was very strange to see that.
Can we go that way?
That was good.
Straight down.
And then once we get there, just...
You could, I mean, I could go that. We could go.
Oh, we're right at it. So if we go straight down here and then go that way, we'll be able to run into something.
If we do it, let's turn around and go back after a ways. You recording?
Alright, now we are in the water after doing some reconnaissance with the drone. And we are diving down, just kind of slowly going down together.
Oh.
This area is a little bit different than what we typically dive in, partly because it's near the dam and it's down a cliffside. And it gets pretty deep too. You know, typically we're diving in rivers, under bridges, things like that. So this was kind of a different experience. But it's a very rocky area, very slanted. So anything that falls down the cliff is going to roll pretty far down to the bottom, unless it got caught up on a rock. So here you can see a few different things. There's a bottle, a brick. There's a lot of trash around this area. I believe that was an older Coke bottle. So right here I found a bone, which is always suspicious. It looks like an animal bone to me. But you guys let me know in the comments. Alright, so right here we found a barrel. Now this was a huge red flag because there were theories that she could have been dumped in a barrel. And you know, you hear about these stories, it happens. It's a heavy object that you could potentially put someone in and then dump in the water to sink. So the fact that this was at the bottom of this hill, deep underwater, is very suspicious. Me and Jeremy are going around it, trying to get a better look. The silt is definitely causing some issues with the visibility, as you can see. But we are feeling around the barrel, trying to see if there's any openings or weld marks. And our next plan is to go up and try to see if we can actually get this barrel out of the water.
Yeah. It looks closed though, like factory sealed.
That's what I was saying.
But there's the barrel.
I mean, how would you?
That was animal probably, right?
Yeah. How the hell would you get? How those things work? Factory sealed, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Probably somebody just dumping their trash out through the parking lot one day, but
Probably. Yeah, we're 50 foot deep.
yeah, it's pretty cold, dude.
That's normal.
Alright, so we just got done diving that spot. We came across, hopefully I recorded it all. I found this bone first, which that looks like animal bone to me, I would say. And you know, you look at a clip like this, there's probably a lot of accidents. But also we came across a barrel, which appeared to be sealed, I would say. It looked old, it was kind of rusty.
Yeah, it was really rusty. It's factory sealed. But I don't know anything about barrels.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe you could put the lid back on and bang the sides, like bend it. I don't know how those things work.
Well, I think we might try to stick a magnet to it.
Did you pull it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
So do you want it? I don't know your magnet will hold.
If I go real slow, it might. It's sliding on the, it's on the side. It's hooked though. All right, so we got the magnet hooked onto the barrel. We got it hooked on the side though, so it's not a good grip. We're trying to hope, we're hoping to be able to pull it up with just a magnet, but it's sliding. Jeremy is gonna go down there, try to tie on better so we can solve this mystery of the barrel. I mean, I really think it looked more factory sealed underwater, I would say, but I don't know. It's a barrel. They might as well clear it. And it's in the spot we were thinking too.
Yeah,
so.
it's the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Open one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's animal.
Yeah, it's stubby for a human.
It's a little small. I don't know about.
It was a piece of wood.
Yeah, we find a lot of animal bones. They usually, I just don't know. Or human bone. A human bone's more.
Well, they're longer.
They're not as hollow like that.
Well, the ends you can identify them. Unfortunately, that one, the ends are gone, so it's hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jeremy's in the water right there, and we got the live scan going. Keep twisting it. There's his bubbles coming up. He is 65 feet down right here at the bottom. That barrel is. That's all his air bubbles coming up. So he's trying to see if he can tie that rope around it. Hopefully we can pull this up just to verify. You get it?
It's on. I did notice that the barrel's breaking apart.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if it'll come up or not, but
you tied it around it?
I got it around it, but I noticed as I was doing that, like it just started crumbling. I tried to look inside, I couldn't see anything, but I'd be surprised if this works.
So you had the magnet stuck on the flat?
I mean, yeah, but I got it wrapped around and tied up and all that shit.
All right, well, I guess let's get you out first.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I don't know what my mask. I gotta shave my mustache. My mask kept flooding, and I was trying to control my descent, so I'm airing my stick up because the more I go, it's faster. And then I was like trying to pop my ears. And then when I got to the bottom, that dam is roaring underwater.
You can hear it.
And I'm just like, geez, that's terrible.
I thought I heard it a little bit before when we got.
Oh, it's roaring now. Like, it feels like I'm right next to it when you get down to the barrel. It is so flippin' cold.
I was watching you on the live scan. Legs flailing all the way down.
Oh, it sucked. I hate that. But it's wrapped around now. If you're really careful, it might hold together. Here's hoping. I don't know what we're supposed to do either. Like,
with it,
we pull it like halfway up and then just drive over there to where it's not deep. Yeah, I mean, if we could get it up enough, and then we could just creep over there, it'd be a lot easier to see what's inside. I mean, when I shined my light in and looked in, I mean, I couldn't see anything, but it also wasn't full of like oil or anything.
Did it? Can you tell if it was like filling with fluid at that point when, when it cracked open?
No, it was already filled.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Let's go. Yeah. Slow.
Slow and steady. Alright, you should be there.
That's it.
Holy shit, look at that. Wow.
Oh, it is halfway open.
Let's tie it off somewhere.
Here, let me do this. Okay.
It's like raising something on the Titanic.
Good job tying it though. Holy cow.
I kind of overdid it. I was like, I'm not gonna mess around. So I was like,
that's tight right on there.
Yeah, it should be good. Whew. Well,
you got your workout for the day and everything.
Yeah.
It'll probably be fine. That thing is crumbling, man. See, there's a little fill hole.
I don't see anything in it.
This is at the back side. Might have just been an empty barrel.
Yeah, I think it's empty. I'm just afraid that if anything was in it, it's gonna fall out. So I'm gonna check and make sure. Appreciate it.
It's fun playing today with you guys.
Thanks, Jen.
You're tall.
Very tall. It was nice meeting you guys.
Thank you.
All right,
we'll see you around.
We were dropping off Ryan and Jen from Ryan Finds Truth.
Bye.
We're gonna keep on scanning, but we appreciate their help. And if you guys want to check out his channel, I'll have that linked below. Ryan Finds Truth. Definitely go give him a subscribe. We're gonna be scanning a little bit more down this road just to check. It looks really shallow, probably, but there might be a car. You never know.